big unit on here. Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect non-promotion.
It's really good for a football team. Really good for an offense. And Eli Manning
he's down. Minus 3 yards.
Still doing it his way, which is quite good.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but...
What did they say?
Nice open field tackler.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. They saw it.
Okay, they're going to run.
And made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he'll cut it to the right sideline.
Okay, there
a good pickup there, 26 yards.
Okay, there you go.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you take...
Manning to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, no.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
There's Perkins on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, it's early in this one, but Paul Perkins is a guy that I saw play at UCLA. And you know when he did his most damage? Late in the ball game. He's one of those guys that's a high-volume ball carrier and really wears people down and produces big as the game's on.
Had some good moments for the Giants this year. Question, though, is he just a complimentary piece going forward, or can he ever be the guy?
I think he can be the guy, but I don't believe the Giants are just going to settle for that. They're going to bring in more competition and make him earn it.
Play action. Manning. He's got
he
goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He's got time. He's going to let this one go deep. It's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Okay, it's out of bounds.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Type it, pitch it, and a strong toss. Okay, this is a red zone.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's
practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
Brady to throw on second down.
Oh, he's wide open.
And loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, come on, Ron.
Gronkowski, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Feed it. Oh, Rob Gronkowski. Of course I'm going to pass it to Gronkowski.
Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Oh, no.
He almost had the rare interception.
Oh, come on.
The big fella couldn't hang on, though.
Incomplete.
Let's
just fund it.
So the Patriots will turn it over to their left-footed punter. That's Ryan Allen to kick it away. Back deep, it's Odell Beckham.
OBJ, 100 catch. OBJ.
Fielded at about the 28.
Come on, put the down.
Return there, 22 yards.
50-yard line.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Overthrown.
Out come the Giants. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. Because you're giving it up. But
there you go.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Nice one.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That's going to bring up a third down.
We're going to cover
7 yards remaining here on third down.
zone defense.
And he got off the end there very
Brandon
quickly
Marshall.
to make that play.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom. Quick. And what a terrific play. Holding him in the
Nice one.
He's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line.
How about that? A dime set
Minus
on
10
defense.
yards.
6 defensive backs.
Red
None of them
Wing
blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them.
Red Wing
Yeah,
kick.
the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
We're gonna
Here's the
go
Giant
to
defense now as they head back onto the field.
Okay, let's do
They
that
have a little something to build off from last time with a 3-and-out.
It's either Brian Cook or
Great
Julian
confidence
Edelman.
right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out.
Oh, it's a play action.
You're in control now. You're doing
Come on,
the
Cook.
dictating.
There you go.
Continue
There
as this
you
game
go.
progresses.
Will it continue?
There you
We'll
go,
see.
Tom.
It's a gain of 17 that time. And
Okay.
that's good for New England first
I'm
down.
gonna go with mesh.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I
Mesh.
hate experienced quarterbacks because
Edelman.
no matter what, you really
Brian
can't hide
Cook.
what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
No.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that
Nowhere
defensive
to
line.
run.
He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
We're just gonna keep on running this thing. Oh no.
They come out here in the eye.
There you go. He's in.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Bang.
Such a game of tendencies, down in distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1. You think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Now Brady.
Chris Hogan.
Complete. It's Chris Hogan. That one good for 10 yards.
Oh,
and
second and
a
inches.
second and a foot or so.
We're gonna run. We're gonna run this thing.
Here's Gillisley.
There you go, he's in.
Take it down to the 42. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Julian
Second
Edelman.
and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offensive coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down.
Oh no, there's a flag. There's a flag though. There's a flag.
It's picked off.
There's
And to
a
the
flag.
40-yard line, that's where the
There's a
return
flag.
stops.
There you go. Oh, what is it? Oh, come on. Ah, they have the ball. Come on now. Defense ball. Oh, come on. This is gonna be hard. Wait. Was you on there? There you go.
Met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right
I'm
there.
not going anywhere.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Going to dog 3 is a
Looking
blitz.
to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Well, usually you don't think of the quarterback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense.
You go.
Big play for the defense.
And
There you go, Eli.
chucks this one away from harm.
Eli
Incomplete.
Manning.
Now it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula.
Cover
I don't think
3,
it'll
cover
change
1,
for as long as
Robert.
we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball
Shepherd.
and you can put pressure on them and make it tough,
Flowers.
that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid
Come
of
on,
it
move
before
now.
taking the hit.
Oh, no.
Finds back
There you go.
And he's got
9
the
yards.
first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning
Oh,
finding his guy, Odell
3
Beckham
for
Jr.
5.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is.
Oh, no.
There he goes, left side.
Brandon Marshall.
Touchdown,
Oh, God.
Giants.
Come on.
A big play there. 48 yards. Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions, and boy, they have been able to do it. A lot of times, Charles, they're unsung heroes. Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a fifth-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin.
Come on, get this nice one, Rob.
While he was at Wisconsin.
How many yards?
And he turns out to be the unsung hero.
24 yards.
Would have been the MVP
if it wasn't for
Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
Gronkowski may have had to miss the Super Bowl with the injury, but he was active in that parade, and now he's back up.
Oh, no.
He's got daylight.
No.
It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play?
Reading,
reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Screaming. Kick return.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Danny Amendola
on the return.
Nice
return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
24 yards.
Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. This is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended parity, and they've done it with guys that you don't normally think of as household names.
The parts keep changing for New England. That's the amazing part on offense. Right? Offensive linemen change, receivers change, running backs change. We know the one constant is Tom Brady, and that's a huge deal for them. But to be able to do it at what you call the parity times, and you're exactly right. Everyone's supposed to be pretty equal. New England still a top 10 offense year in and year out. In 2016, they were number 4, and that helped them with the number 1 ranked defense as well.
Chris Hogan.
On play action, now Brady.
Chris Hogan, come on now.
And oh no. Intercepted a 3rd time. A great read is picked off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? They responded to the challenge.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining over.
There you go.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Going up top.
Oh,
dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now. As he's on the punt for New York.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Patriots gearing up to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a
really
nice
no.
Fourth time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big.
Oh, there you go.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. They hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Gotcha. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Oftentimes for these gadget plays, these fakes, we focus on the offense and say, hey, they practiced this week. They were ready. But the defenses practice these situations too.
And just look at it this way. The two owners sitting up in their boxes, one is saying, boys, my team well prepared, and the other one's like, I got to talk to my coaches. What were they thinking?
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things
Come on, catch it. Oh, no.
And they were able to successfully complete that one.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the
Come on.
home team to play in it.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
Oh, the swab.
Take over at their own 44-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
No.
Cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On 1st down, back to Perkins. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackle, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys. Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked it. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run again.
They run. There you go.
He'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Over the middle to Beckham. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Here's a nugget, Charles, on OBJ. This year he had 101 catches, now 288 for his first 3 years.
I do know this. OBJ will tease his former teammate and say, don't forget, we're tied, but I missed a few games my rookie year. If I played those games, I'd be way ahead of you.
They'll try to pick it up.
No, not there.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
Come on, boys.
To throw is Manning. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come.
I
mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Dion Lewis to return.
Oh, no.
Pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Giants defense now ready as they trot back out onto the field. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
I think during the break they reminded the offense that, hey,
Julian,
right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Oh, we're in the 2-yard line?
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do.
Oh, my goodness. Another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. From the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Come on.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this one.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played. 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico. Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams in Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And, look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Brady now on 1st down.
No.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground. It didn't go in the other direction.
Brady going to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Here's Brady. And that's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end. At a timeout called by the kicking team. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is. And
there goes Sterling Shepard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, 51 yards. And the Giants have got it on cruise control.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll give the Patriots a 1st down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now they call on Stephen Gostkowski. His career-long 57 yards set just a year ago. This will be from 56 yards out. So we come up. Okay. Well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out.
There you go.
This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's second down. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have two with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less
to become
culture
the Rams.
shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. It began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played one season as such.
He was looking for Julian Edelman that time, and now it's fourth down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. 17 yards on the pickup. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence. And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Brady will try again on second down. This is complete to guess who? Gronkowski again. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one goes for 24 yards. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? Where we've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys in the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I love them going out for those types of passes.
His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And this is complete. It's Allen. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They go play it, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with...
And he's going to get into the end zone. So cue up the Gronk spike, gets a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski from 10 yards out, and the Pats able to cash in for 6.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field, but now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, they don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On second down, Perkins. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He's got a man open. That's Marshall. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. Perkins on the give from Manning. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock.
There you go.
And taken down. Eli sacked. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. A whole bevy of Patriots there that time to bring him down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing now is Manning. Complete. This is Lewis. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But it appears that they read Manning.
What? I'm going to choose my team.
And defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Manning now on 1st down to Shepard, complete over the middle. So that throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game.
Oh, okay, then my try is over.
Pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe try and run the football a little bit.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Giants just continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Morning? Huh?
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
You sure?
And here's Lewis. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Patriot offense now sends it back out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, Every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field.
Shotgun.
They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked off by